Okay, so this is Puhoy? Is that how you say it?
Puhoy.
Puhoy, okay.
At least that's how I've always say it, like, Puhoy.
Alright, Puhoy.
Ahoy.
So,
Puhoy?
okay, wait, we got me, Jason, and Pillow Jory. Say hi, Pillow Jory. Don't beat your wife, what's wrong with you? You should do this.
Ow!
Shut up.
Owie!
Yeah, be like this.
You're mean. Ow!
I never liked Pillow Jory.
You're the worst.
Almost as bad as Cat Jory.
No.
We've made like so many different Jories. It's sort of like the various princesses they had in the show. It's
Yeah,
like just,
actually, now that you say
Cookie
that.
Jory and Flame Jory. So, shut up. You're dead, Pillow Jory. So, silence. Yes. Okay. Very good. I say you're dead. Very good.
I'm conflicted.
Alright, so this is... Oh my god, I love this episode. I love
I told
this
you
episode.
let's go to a good episode.
It's... The concept is so funny and so imaginative. It's just thinking, this is what that last episode should have been.
Yeah.
This is what it was probably trying to do, and it's both this big, colossal, epic episode, and it's also kind of a huge waste of time at the exact same time, and they're both so good at being that. It's like both really deep and meaningful and kind of beautiful, and then it's also like just totally pointless and meaningless, and it's... I love this episode. Okay, so Finn... it's another, what was it, knife storm or whatever they call it, it's raining swords or whatever, and so they make a pillow fort inside, and Finn's feeling bad because...
Pillow fort of all freaking pillow forts.
Yes, and Finn's feeling bad because he told Flame Princess a joke and she didn't get it, and he's wondering if that means it's over now because he knows nothing about, or not very much about relationships, and he says he's going to go in his pillow fort to think about it, and... It's so big and massive that he comes across this door, like this dimension to this pillow world, and the pillow world looks wonderful. I mean, it is so creative, and it's beautifully drawn, and it's so funny, and he fights a pillow dragon.
Blanket dragon.
A blanket dragon, that's it, a blanket dragon! And saves the pillow people, and he comes across, what was it? The daughter of Quilton, was that it?
Yeah.
Rosalind, I think.
Yeah, Rosalind.
Yeah. I remember this time. And he's just like, oh, I can just stay for a little bit. And sure enough, like just a few seconds in, results in like years and years going by, and he grows into Jonathan Frakes, and, you know, and he has kids, and he just lives out his lifetime, and it's like, it's a good life. I mean, it's like a really, you know, event-filled, you know, loving life. He's got a wonderful family, and he keeps busy, and, but he's still kind of looking for his portal to get back home, and finally he has a chance to get it, but he decides not to because he loves his new family and everything, so he lives literally until his dying day. And somehow he lost the arm, which again is sort of the mechanical arm now, or a pillow arm, I should say, in this sense. And he passes away, and he travels back while bumping into some sort of evil red Lego, and he comes out the other end and just thinks it's all a dream, and turns out Flame Princess just got the joke, and he completely forgets about it, and it's... what do you even say about it? It's just so funny, and it's so huge and epic, and I love these stories where, you know, somebody goes and lives like a lifetime, and you kind of feel like they lived a lifetime. Mm-hmm. And again, in 11 minutes, they got this, while they could also cut back to seeing Jake and BMO, you know, just sort of be silly. Hell, you even got a little bit of a talk about, like, Jake, you know, being a dad for only a few hours and him missing, you know, being a father. It's like, how can they fit all this in so well in 11 minutes?
Now do you see why when I say glitch is a glitch, the jokes went on too long? This one was like, boom, 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 boom. The jokes were there, the story was there, glitch was the glitch. There were so few jokes and everything was just kind of dragged out. This is what I'm talking about. Everything was there in 11 minutes, and it felt like there was no missed opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, you just feel like... you kind of feel like you watched a lifetime, in this guy. And that just makes it all the more funny when he travels back and he's just like, whatever. Because I was really watching this episode like, how are they going to end this? I mean, is this going to end like on this really big serious note, or is it just going to be a dumbbell joke? Either way, it's like, I'm going to love it if they do it right. And they did it great. And it's fitting that they got Jonathan Frakes as grown-up Finn, because I think there was like a Star Trek episode where Patrick Stewart, the exact same thing happens. Like, he travels to a different world where he lives a lifetime, pretty much. And then and he ends up dying there, and it turns out it was all a probe to put in his mind of this dying civilization so that they can live on and somebody can know about their civilization because they're now extinct. And then he wakes up. But it's like, unlike Finn, he feels like he lived a lifetime and he's still getting used to being captain again and stuff. It's actually a really good episode if you haven't seen it. I forget the title, but it's very, very good. And it reminded me of that, and that's actually probably like the best done version of that kind of concept I've ever seen of living an entire life, but coming back, sort of to a reality after living that life. And yeah, it's just, but I love this ending with just, what was it? Huh? The dream? I mean, it's just great. So, I loved it. Well, how about you?
I just really liked how, you said it right. The design of the pillow world was just phenomenal. Everything was a pillow. Like, for the most part, there was a few blankets, but everything was...
A few quilts as well.
Yeah, like, everything was a pillow. And there's been numerous, like, other worlds that people have gone to in movies or TV shows where it's like, oh, this is the blank world. And it's like, oh, it's got this, but it still has, like, cars or this, that, or the other thing. Yeah. What I love is that you see this car pull up, and it's just a blanket covering too. There is no, like, cogs. There is none of that stuff in this world. It is just pillows and blankets. And I really love that they actually completely stuck to that. Even if you look at the sky, it looks like a blanket with some stitching in it.
And that takes, I mean, I know people be like, well, how difficult is that? It's difficult to design a world to make it look good and have everything be this one thing and not have it be a repeat of the same thing over and over to make it all look different. Even though the little pillow people have to look a little different and have unique designs. And, I think the, where was I going with this? Totally blanked out. Keep talking.
Well, what I was kind of waiting for initially the first time I saw this was for there to be a pillow Jake, a pillow Bubblegum, a pillow Marceline. They never went that route, which I love that. I love the fact that they never went down that route of, oh, let's bring in all the characters we already know and love, but just pillow versions of them. Because those kind of things always bother me. Like, a good example is when someone says, oh, I never wish I was alive, and then you saw the world where they would be if they were never alive.
It's a wonderful life.
But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, but some of these characters never would have met the other person if it wasn't for you, so they wouldn't have any connection anyways, but you can't break up that connection you've already made, like Futurama did it. Where if he never went to the past, what would happen?
All this other stuff would happen, yeah.
And it shows, like, this dimensional rift, and you see Leela, Bender, and Farnsworth, and it's like, none of those would have met each other if it wasn't for Fry. Fry made Leela who she is, and Bender who he is, and they met because Farnsworth because of him. It's like, so no, you're not following it. What I love in this is that it's none of that stuff. They don't try to cram in these characters that never would have met each other or anything like that. It's a whole new world, which I think most shows kind of forget.
Well, and it's first of all, I love the fact that they can. We've heard a lot of puns, like, whatever, in the Flintstones, or was that Romeo and Juliet or something? I heard there's nothing but, like, bad gnome puns throughout the whole thing. But by God, every time they say, it's the Pillow Necronomicon, or the Blanket Dwagon, it's like every time they say, he tries to try our pillow food. It's a pillow. Yes. Thank the pillow. They deliver it just right, and they know just the right amount to give before it gets tiring. And
or
they know how to
no, pillows and blankets are for sleeping. And she goes, same here, silly, as she's slowly winking. Like, it's nice that they have that joke in there, that little...
I didn't even catch that, you're right.
And his face gets all... His cheeks get all red.
No, you're right.
Or the bird poop.
Yeah, with the pillowcase or whatever. Yeah. No, they just poop. Real poop. But yeah, you were talking about like how so many of these shows, when they create an alternate world, yeah, it's sort of like just a parallel universe where everything kind of looks the same, whatever. And I'm thinking to the show, it's like, yeah, by God, I mean, even the worlds in Ooh or different dimensions or just something in a pillow for it, I mean, the time and effort that just goes in these worlds, and they all have very unique identities and designs, and so much effort is put into them, and they just all look so fantastic. Except for a glitch is a glitch.
Because if you look at the Nightosphere, if you look at the Crystal Dimension, if you look at even where Prismo lives, like just that cube, like even all of that stuff, like they're all incredibly unique.
Yeah.
They don't try to toss in like, oh look, we have, this here that's also in this world. They're all entirely unique, and this is another one where it's like, yeah, that's why I was actually like, can we get to a good one? Because I knew Puhoy was it's one of my favorite episodes.
I think it's one of mine too. It just sort of has like everything in it, and it doesn't amount to a very serious ending, but it's still... there's still, strangely enough, kind of a lot of weight to it, and...
Especially considering their pillows.
Yeah, well done.
Sorry.
But...
No!
Pillow Jory suddenly came back to life just to hurt you for that.
I deserve it.
Yeah, well, and I love the idea. I always like, something I love about, like, Narnia or Alice in Wonderland stuff is I love how do you get to the world, the different world, and just a pillow fort. It's fucking ingenious. It's ingenious. When he was climbing in there, I'm like, oh, I hope it's like 10 times bigger and he finds something else, and just when you see the whole world, it's like, I love that, and it's so imaginative, and it's so clever, and it takes... I don't know, it takes so much effort to make an episode like this strange, but also kind of this heavy and this funny, and they all have, like, the same amount. It's not like, well, it was mostly serious and kind of funny, or it was, kind of serious and mostly funny. It was very much like, it was just equal amounts. It was, like, perfectly proportionate, and you're just saying, well, is this going to end on a serious note or a joke note? It ended on a joke note, but it's still fine, it's still hilarious, so... Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's one of my favorite episodes.
I liked a lot of the jokes, like when he finally crawls out and he's like, oh, Jake, turns around and it's gone. And he's like, man, did he build this too? He really needs to get some other girlfriends or something.
Yeah.
That, or when adult Finn is cutting down the tree and it falls and lands on the cow or horse and just bounces and he goes over and it's like, oh, blah, 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 punt. Like, I like the tiny, or he cuts the blanket dragon. And it bleeds all the feathers. And it's like, oh, is that it?
That was pretty easy.
Like, it's a lot of the little tiny jokes that I really enjoyed. BMO with the cup, with the giant rainbow wigs and all that stuff. Like, it was... I think this is, like I said, one of my favorite episodes. It hit, like, on every mark.
Yeah.
So, for me, this is actually, one of my top 5.
I'd say so, too, actually. I mean, it seems like such a strange episode, because it's like, while there is a lot of weight to it, it's still not, like, it's not an I Remember You, you know, or something like that, but it's still, like, it just feels so complete. You just sort of watch it like, yeah, that was just, like, a perfect episode.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, no, good stuff. More of that.
Pardon me while I go make out with my pillow wife.